There's a never-ending debate in the criminal justice system. Is prison for punishment or rehabilitation? Some jail administrators in Florida say rehabilitation is possible through television. They call it Inmate Correctional Television, or ICTV. The inmates have taken over the television system, and for 4 hours a day actually block out all other programming. This isn't punishment, but is it rehabilitation?
Yo, MC! I can fuck your head. I can fuck your head. Yo, MC! I can fuck your head. I can fuck your head. Yo, MC! I can fuck your head. I can fuck your head. Yo, MC!
I realized shortly after coming to this business that television is important in jailing.
You do have their attention. You do have their attention.
In here, we have like a dungeon. We have a lot of men put in a room, and we don't have very much given to them but a TV set.
If you don't have something in a jail occupying their mind, then the thing that they came in here for is still center stage.
These men are waiting for trial in Miami's Dade County Jail, where sometimes just staying alive is a full-time job. Officials here use television as the great pacifier.
Anything to do with making the electrons flow and making the systems work has always been my hobby.
Okay, here we go. When you see your image fade up.
Inmate Correctional Television began when jail administrator Sam Orms wanted to do something about TV reception in the jail.
So I wrote up a proposal for improving the television reception here in this building and added on to it a proposal for an in-house TV station inside a jail, just to see what would happen.
What happened turned out to be a kind of Wayne's World behind bars, with Sam as host.
To communicate well, sometimes you have to package it in a form that's more palatable. We do that with the Inmate Evening News, for example, in a packaging form that probably is closely related to things like Monty Python, Saturday Night Live, David Letterman.
The daily lineup starts with the news, a kind of eyewitness news with a jailhouse beat.
J.Z. Griffin, health specialist, giving you the Wharton Report.
Today, we will talk about some other skin problems that you might encounter, such as warts, boils, and athlete's feet.
G. Gordon Liddy, saying that the only thing that he regrets is that he got caught. There's G. Gordon, with a big old smile on his face. You know, he only did 4 years for that burglary. And he's rich and famous at the same time.
Sam's sidekick on this jailhouse rock news is Bobby Fink. He knows his audience because he lives with it 24 hours a day. Fink's life behind bars started when he was arrested on drug charges at 14. He's been coming back ever since.
Hey, Bobby. How you doing?
Would have never been here if it wasn't for drugs. I've done a lot of things that I would never have done, except that I needed to get my hands on some drugs.
Arrested on drug charges again, Fink was forced to find a new habit.
Sam had snuck me in there a couple times in front of the camera to do the Spanish news, and I guess he felt that I was ready.
Mike Tyson denying everything except that he wasn't polite enough, huh? Can understand that. But apparently it pissed her off a little bit too much, and she pressed charges. Not polite enough. So, all you future rapists, be polite.
They could be rehabilitated, and I'm certain some of them can be, but not through a television show. Not through an inmate's television show that is joking about what they did. What are they getting from this? How are they looking within themselves?
3 years ago, Carol Tutwiler's daughter was brutally raped. The rapist is doing life in a Florida prison. Her viewpoint is simple and clear.
They're not in there for fun. They're in there for punishment.
Different strokes for different folks.
She's the mystical mama.
Her name is Marlene.
Each individual within the society, no matter what they're doing or where they're going or what they have done, actually have the responsibility to find out what love is this lifetime.
But not all the talent is homegrown. The mystical Mama never lived in a cell. She just showed up one day with a simple pitch.
What you see in front of you doesn't have to be. If you can find yourself and you can find your love, that love will come out of you. And if that love comes out of you, you will find it easy to change, and you will find every step that you need.
Mike Van Wagner, who worked to rehabilitate inmates for 5 years, doesn't think that's enough.
It reinforces their behavior that I'm innocent, I've done nothing wrong, this system has victimized me.
But Sam doesn't seem to care much about critics. It's obvious who's in charge around here.
We're in control. This is our network. We're on all channels. Who's to say that we can't do that? So we set the rules ourselves here.
If that's what rehabilitation has reached in our correctional system, then we're in deep trouble.
At least they try to pay for it themselves through sales from the inmate commissary.
The money for ICTV is very minimal, really, because we only got one staff person up there, so it's not a whole lot of money.
Well, I can't wait to see my public defender live.
Given the audience, it's hardly surprising the channel's big hit is a low-budget counterpart to the Larry King Live show, Public Defender Live.
Another edition of Public Defender Live.
Guys, 7608, the number's on the screen.
Hold on a second, I think you got a call.
We've got a call. We'll get to the call, and then we'll bring out some other stuff. Hello?
I was caught with possession of cocaine.
Right, so you tested dirty. When you're involved in a large criminal justice system and you have a lot of cases and not enough lawyers to handle all of those cases, you have to come up with as many inventive ways as you can to communicate with your client.
When I hear that there are inmates, that there are prisoners, perpetrators, watching television and conducting shows where they can talk back and forth about how they can beat their rap and get information that they need free, it infuriates me.
We don't teach them tricks. We teach them their rights.
It gives us, some information that we really need. The attorney thing, it's good.
What is a peacekeeper, a pacifier, or people who might tend to be violent if they had a lot of idle time with nothing to do.
We should not be housing people in prisons with the concept of keeping them comfortable and quiet. This is a stretch to think that this is therapy. It's not. It's a total indicator of a system that's out of control.
People in Florida are beginning to wonder just how valid ICTV is. When you commit a crime in America, who really pays the price? And who bears the punishment? If you're concerned about what goes on in our prisons, call your state's Department of Corrections. Let them know how you feel. We'll be right back. Stay with us.